From today, we will introduce the PLC product line. Regarding PLC product line, we have FC5 and closest platform PLC. Now let's take a look. There are three parts for PLC product introduction. First is product matrix, and the second is features. The third one is application scenarios. For the product matrix, now we released the FC5 and FC5M PLC, also the FL8 and the FL6 PLC. FC5 and FC5M is developed by our own R&D team, and the FL6 and the FL8 is based on the Codesys platform. For FC5 is a logic controller and FC5M is a motion controller. It will support interpolation in the next update. And FC5S and FL7 is upcoming products not released yet. And FL8 is Codesys PLC, and now it is released, and many customers use it on site. FL6 is the highest performance PLC of PLC product line. It also based on Codesys platform, and his axis performance is 1 milliseconds 16 axis. Here, this is a matrix about the PLC product. Then let's go into the details about the different products. The first is FL6 product. As we said before, it is the highest performance of PLC product line. It is based on the Codesys platform and supports EtherCAT high-speed motion control bus. It is a dual EtherCAT station, EtherCAT 1 and EtherCAT A and EtherCAT B. And it's supporting ring network. Its axis performance is 1 milliseconds 16 axis. It has built-in 8-digit inputs, and his processor is RAM Quad-Core 1.5 GHz, and the RAM is 2 GB and the ROM is 8 GB. It can expand up to 16 expansion modules, and the communication protocols supports EtherCAT, Modbus TCP, Modbus RTU, and it supports ECAM, eGale, linear interpolation, arc interpolation. It has built-in runtime clock as well, a real-time clock as well. The next is the FL8 product. It also based on the Codesys platform. It has also supports EtherCAT, but only one EtherCAT station. But it has 2 Ethernet ports. It is with a digital input and a digital output. His axis performance is 1 millisecond 8 axis and 2 millisecond 16 axis. It has 6.200 kHz pulse output but in the project, maybe at most for his autology output, it can only load four channels pulse control, because the channel 1 is output Q0 and Q1, and the second channel is Q2 and Q3 or other autology output, because its output totally is 8. So with two outputs is one group, only support 4 groups pulse output, and it has 7.200 kHz input. It can load up to 31 expansion modules, and the communication protocol supports Ethercat, Modbus TCP, Modbus RTU, CAN Open, and OPC UA. It supports eCAM, eGale, linear polation, and arc interpolation. It is built-in real-time clock. But actually, FL8 doesn't support doesn't with the access group license. So if you want to use electric cam, you need to program by yourself. FC5M product features. FC5M is also a basic motion controller. It is based on our self-developed platform called the F Studio Unified Platform. It has 6.200 kHz pulse output and 6.200 kHz pulse input. RAM is 192 kilobytes. ROM is 2048 kilobytes. It can load up to 31 write expansion module. Different with other two PLC. It also supports to expand the IoT module on the right side. For the communication protocol, it supports Modbus TCP and Modbus RTU. For the eCAM, eGale, and the linear interpolation, arc interpolation is upcoming features. It also has a built-in real-time clock. FC5 product is a basic logic controller. It is also based on F Studio Unified Platform, and RAM and ROM performance memory is same as FC5M. It can also load up to 31 write expansion modules, and protocol is TCP and RTU as well. This is the upcoming product FL7. It is based on self-developed platform F Studio Unified, and it supports SCADA high-speed motion bus and 2 milliseconds access performance, built-in 8 digital inputs and digital outputs, and the high-speed pulse input and output is same as other motion controller. Processor is ARM Core 1 GHz and RAM is 2 GB. It also supports 31 write expansion modules. So for all of these products, only FL8 FL6 support 16 modules. Others are all support 31 modules. And protocol is for SCADA, Modbus TCP can open Modbus IDU and OPC UA. It will support ECAM, eGale, linear interpolation, and arc interpolation. FC5S product is also upcoming product, and it is based on FStudio platform. It is regarded as a compact product, and it supports. This is a blade expansion. It will with the blade expansion module and the high-speed pulse RAM and module load capacity is same as the FC5M. This is a function summary of our different PLC products. For EtherCAT, only the FL6, 7, 8 supports, and the Ethernet ports, FL8 have 2 Ethernet ports, and FL6 has 2 Ethernet ports. FL7 has 2. Except for the FC5, all of others support ECAM and eGale and interpolation. And besides the FL8, all of others supports ontology, high-speed input and output. If you want to use the high-speed input function, you need to buy another high-speed input module for FL6. And the extension module type, there are different types. For FC5M is brick style, and others are all blade type. And for the 6, 7, and 8, they can be loaded with remote I/O. This is FL6 system architecture. You can use HMI to connect to the FL6, and here are some extension modules: DI, DO, AI, AO. It depends on your application and choice. Here is a remote I/O coupler and remote I/O. Then you can use FL8 to connect to the servo product and to drive the machine to work. It supports codesys tag communication, so you can export the tag from the codesys project, then import this tag to the HMI project. Then you can use this tags in HMI project easily. Not to match the variable address one by one. And next is FL8 system architecture. Also, you can use HMI to connect it to the FL8, and I/O coupler for FL8 is called FR ECAT, and the remote I/O is FR maybe 0016 and 0016. Then it can also control the servo by Ethercat. For FC5 and M product, their CPU their processor performance are same, and the difference is that FC5 is a motion controller, but the FC5 is a logic controller only. Here is some naming convention: FC5X, Y, M, Z, and V. There are description of this code. X means M basic motion control function, and Y is CPU inputs and outputs. For 20, CPU with 20 inputs and outputs totally, and the input and output ratio is 3:2. Z is output type, N is PNP, N is NPNP is PNP, R is relay type. V is power supply. We have AC 220 V voltage AC, and DC is 24 voltage DC. There are also have different terminal for the power input. You can take a look. For the DC power, it is the color is in green, but for the AC, it is in red. And all of them have the real-time clock. And for the differential is 3 seconds per day. The communication interface is that we have one USB Type-C interface to upload and download the project, and Ethernet port to download and upload the project or communication. 1232 Modbus communication port, and 485 communication ports. If you choose FC5M 14 points CPU, you can also expand 2 expansion boards. It will support 485 and or 232. Then the total serial ports will support the maximum serial ports will support 5 ports or 4 ports. Serial port 1, serial port 2, and 2 extension communication ports. Totally maximum is 4 serial ports. And here is the USB interface and run stop switch. This is a 4G IoT module. This is the Ethernet port and extension board, digital inputs and digital outputs. There are specs for FC5 and FC5M. For FC5, there is no high-speed input and output. Here is a hardware introduction. First one is Ethernet. Second is digital input. And third one is USB interface for download and upload the project. Fourth one is stop and run switch. 5 extension board. 6 extension module. 7 is serial port 1. 8 is digital output. There is also another, and the nice is serial port 2. Maybe it should have another 10th. It is power input on the left side. Here you can see Ethernet is port TCP server or TCP client. And the input terminal bipolar is compatible with the NPN and PNP input. USB port and stop switch, expansion board and extension module. Currently we have the DI module, DO module, and AI module and AO module, temperature sensor module, and the IoT module. Serial port 1 and the output terminal. Here you can see this is a power supply terminal. It is a DC module, so the terminal is in green. If it is AC module, it will be in red. This is serial port 2. AB and ground. Spec for the FC5. As we said before, the input and output ratio is 3 to 2. So if you have the 20 points CPU is 12 points input and 8 points output. The expansion module capacity as same is up to 41, and the expansion board for 20 and 30 only support 1 extension board, and for 40 it supports 2 extension boards. Because the CPU autology is much long enough to load the 2 extension board. And this is power supply. AC means 220 voltage input, and DC means 24 voltage input. There are different DI module and DI and DO module and AI and AO modules. Currently, there have those modules and extension boards, communication boards, and AI boards, AO boards, and AI and AO boards, and temperature sensor input boards. This is the naming convention of the FC5 modules. The digital extension is MD, and the analog extension module is MA. And 4R is relay output, and N is NPN output, P is PNP output. The first 04 is input points, and the second 04 is the output points. Here you can see F5 is F5 series PLC extension module. Different with FL6 and FL8, FC5 series PLC have IoT module, so you can You can remote download the PLC program by IoT module without connected by the Ethernet cable or USB cable. It is seamless data linking. And for the FSU programming platform, it is compliant with IEC 61131-3 program standard, and it has a project and function block function and task classification. This is graphics configuration interface is more elegant and intuitive. Here you can see the CPU and extension module and digital built-in functions and extended functions. Here you can choose to click on the built-in DI and extension IO. And communication configuration, you can click on the Ethernet or COM1 or COM2 to configure the communication connection. Programming language for FSU exports a ladder diagram or structured text. Here, this is the ladder and this is ST. If you want to protect your source project, you can enable the project encrypt. Here you can to set the password and to set the project password. If any other users want to upload the project from the PLC hardware, they need to input the password. And this is engineering protection. If you want, if you want to share this project to another users and send to another computer, then you can use this project encrypt. And others, if any others want to open this project, they need to input a password. You can also customize the function blocks and functions, and you can this function block can be customized in ST or ladder. You can also to create the customized data type, array struct and enum. And the POU supports import and export and encryption. Here you can see if it customized function block and it can be reused in other application, then you can export this POU to as a POU file. Then others can import this POU to his own project, then reuse this POU. Also, you can encrypt this POU, and we support variable table import and export. Then you can create variables more quickly. And for Flexem HMI and PLC communication, there is a import communication tag in the HMI project. So it may work as the communication tag of Codesys PLC. So it is more convenient for customers to connect Flexem HMI and Flexem PLC. And this is some basic functions and operations for the FSU software. In next video, we will introduce this. This is a trace function, and here you can choose. You can create the customized data type. This is all FC5 CPU and expansion module. Only 23 extension modules and 16 types of CPU hosts. FC5 4G is IoT module, and it supports to remote download the PLC program by seamless. Introductions to new features is support Chinese variable names, but maybe for overseas market, the customer no need to use this. And you can call a core instruction by click the space in the ladder diagram, or to input the first letters of the instruction to call. And there is a conversion between ST and variable table. It can be converted flexibly. And while building a new project, you can choose address templates from Mitsubishi, Siemens, or Omron. And also for if your communication protocol is not standard Modbus communication, then you can use the free port to communication. It is for network or serial port communication information to use the instructions to configure. And for the network, we support to add some special logic. For example, the for statements and if statements. And we support variable up and down. And the project classification POU, here you can create a new folder and put all these POU in one folder by their functions or other classification convention. This is application scenarios. Most of them used our Codesys PLC FL6 and FL8 because it supports telecommunication. It is more in usage. It is a good choice for users to choose because it supports telecommunication and for communication configuration, it is more easable and easy to handle. And Ethercat motion bus also very easy to connect. Filling machine, and this is our high performance HMI. FC5 application is with HVAC and secondary water supply and environmental protection projects. We all use We already use this FC5 in those industrial and OEM application, textile and electronic, mental processing and package machinery. Okay, that's all for the PLC introduction. In next video, we will dive into the usage of the Studio Unified software. This software is a programming platform for the FC5 PLC and the upcoming product FL7. So see you in the next video. Thanks for your watching.